All right. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm excited this morning for what we're about to talk about. My name is Eric F. King, the sales coach. I'm here with America's super mom, Michelle Atkins. Good to see you.
Good.
And today we are talking about masterminds, okay? And the benefits of masterminds, how masterminds can change lives, both in business and in life. So I'll just turn it over to Lachelle first to say a few words, and then we can dive right in.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me, Eric. You always have to be prepared because you never know where you're going to have to broadcast from. So I'm excited to be here. Sorry that I'm in my car, but I am Lachelle Atkins, also known as America's Supermom, mother of 15 children, and I'm a vitality coach to help you navigate through the chaos and overwhelm of everyday life and transform it into clarity and confidence with a smile. So I'm excited to get into this conversation. I think one of the things about masterminds are that they help you to stay in action. They help you to not get stuck where you are, and for me, turn a mountain into a molehill. So excited for our conversation. Glad to be here. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. So let me just start by just sharing with you guys what a mastermind is, because some people have a misconception about masterminds. People use the word so much that some people think a mastermind is when a group of people come together and then there's a speaker, he speaks, and then people take notes, and that's a mastermind. Well, it's not. A mastermind is when you actually have a group of people that are helping each other along the way. Okay. So it's not just one leader, it's not just one influential person, it's actually a group of experts that help each other along the way. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. So, and the great thing about a mastermind is that each of you have certain skills and abilities, right? Certain skills and abilities. So I'll give you an example. I was in a mastermind where I was speaking with this lady who just wrote a book, and I congratulated her on the book. And she asked me if I have a book yet. And I said, I don't. And she said, why not? And I said, well, I don't know the first thing about writing a book. So she said, well, I can help you. And then she helped me along. She introduced me to somebody else, and I got a course. And before I knew it, in 4 months, I had a best-selling book, right? So I would not have written my book if I didn't meet the person who's already done it in the mastermind, right? So that's one of the great things about a mastermind is everybody is an expert at something. All right. So I'm going to go over a few things that you get from a mastermind. And we're also going to talk about the mastermind that Lachelle and I have actually put together, which I'm really excited about because we have a lot of value to share. All right. So in the mastermind, one of the things that you get is you are able to get advice in real time. Right. So, whoever you are, if you're a business owner, you have some challenges, right? And some of those challenges you've had for a day, some you've had for a month, some you've even had for a couple of years. When you are in a mastermind, you are able to actually share the challenge with the group, and they can help you collectively. So everybody, or as many people as can, will help you get through that challenge, telling you what to do, what not to do, what they've done in the past, how to save money, things of that nature, right? So that's one of the benefits you get from a mastermind. Another thing is accountability. A lot of times we, as human beings, we don't tend to act upon the things we need to do unless other people know that we are supposed to accomplish that, right? So for instance, if I tell Lachelle that, by the end of this week, I'm going to shoot 3 videos, okay, and she's going to see it on my page, right, on my YouTube, and the end of the week comes and there are no videos. Now Lachelle's going to say, okay, so Eric, remember, I thought you said you're going to shoot 3 videos. And I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. I'm going to do it today, right? Now, if I didn't tell her, I would have a pass for myself, right? And that's what we do. We give ourselves passes all day, right? And I won't accomplish it. So that's why it's good to have someone that can hold you accountable. Okay. So that's another benefit. And then another benefit is that you hear success stories of people that are actually having success in what they're doing, right? Which inspires you and motivates you. Because, we live in a negative world. We live in a world where everybody has challenges and problems. And it's, your brain can play tricks on you if things aren't going well, because you're thinking, oh, you know what, I guess, this won't work out, or I'm not cut out for this. But then, you hear other people's stories and you're like, you know what, I can do it. I can do it. So let me just go out to Lachelle. I want, you to share a few nuggets too with the group on, benefits of masterminds.
Well, I think those were some great points. And I think, one of the things that's coming to mind when you were speaking is helping you to focus on the most important thing. And, when you are deciding that you have a goal or something that you want to do, when you haven't done it, everything seems like it's a priority. If you're going to start a business, it's like, I got to have customers, I got to have product. I mean, you're in a frantic state of mind a lot of times, not really knowing when and where to get started. So when you have a mastermind with other people's experiences and expertise, they can help you really start organizing, what's the highest priority thing so that you can actually get started. Because when you have 1,000 balls in the air, you're so overwhelmed that you just can't even get going. And I think really that's the biggest challenge, is getting started. Once you're in action, you can always tweak things. You can do things more efficiently, cut out what's not working, and all these different things. But the main challenge is just getting started. And so when you have the expertise of other people, they can say, hey, been there, done that. I focused on ads, and really I needed to build my audience first. Or, I needed to have a catalog of content before I started a podcast, rather than, flying by the seat of my pants and trying to do it on a consistent basis when I was doing other things in my business. So I think helping you to prioritize what's important to get started, I think, is one of the main things that really comes to mind for me.
Awesome. That's absolutely true. And, yeah, I appreciate that. That's a great point. By the way, welcome, Dr. Rastafa. Thanks for your support. Welcome, Alicia Churchill. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you bring up a great point. And, like in a mastermind, like you said, you work together, you learn from each other. One thing I did also want to say is the community and collaboration, right? And, this is a great example. Here I am collaborating with America's Supermom, right? When we do something like this, I bring my talents and skills. She brings her talents and skills. And then together we help our audience, right? So I call it a win-win-win situation. Everybody wins, right? That's the power of a mastermind. That's the power of a mastermind. Welcome, DeAndre Terry, welcome. So that's the power of a mastermind. So you're able to collaborate with people in the community, right? And you go much farther when you collaborate than when you're competing. Do you know that most people go around their entire life just competing, trying to be the best? And it's a hard, it's a hard road to hold. Like it's like in school, we're taught to, to study by ourselves, take an exam by ourselves, don't talk to anybody, that's cheating, right? And then afterwards, it's like, okay, what did you get? You got to C, I got to B. And we're going back and like it's all competitive. But in business, the most successful business people in the world work together, right? They combine their resources. If you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, I should have brought it up from there. Think and Grow Rich, right? Napoleon Hill interviewed the richest people in the world. Okay, Harvey Firestone tires. We still buy the tires, right? Right. All, Alexander Graham Bell. We still we use the phone, right? So all these people, Henry Ford, we still drive Ford cars, right? This shows that masterminds work because all these people, right? John D. Rockefeller and all these people, they came together on a weekly basis or a monthly basis to talk about how to help each other in their industries. And because each of them had certain skills and abilities, they're able to put it together. They all had massive success that we're still talking about today. They all had massive success, while their competitors are just trying to compete, just trying to, I'm better than you, you're better, and that can take forever, right? It's amazing how far you can go when you're working with somebody or you're working with a group of people, right? So I'll give you an example. So I was looking to buy a house, all right. I live in Virginia, right outside of DC, and I've been telling my son that we're gonna buy our dream house, and we're talking about how big it's gonna be and everything. And then I'm in a mastermind, and someone in the mastermind talks about how she built a custom built house, custom made house, and saved money. Like she spent less on that than she would have if she bought a house outright. And I thought it was just the opposite. I mean, if you have a custom built house, I'm thinking it's going to be way more. But then she explained why it's not. Because of that, we were able to do some research, ended up building a new house in Potomac Shores. It's a beautiful area here in Virginia, right by the water, right on a golf course, and pay less than I would have if I bought a house that was designed by somebody else without my colors, right? Here, we get to choose our colors and everything. I would have never known that if I wasn't in the mastermind. Right? I would have never known, right? Saved me so much. Aside from that, I was talking to there was someone in the mastermind talking about how he saves money on taxes. Um, and because he works with this company, they show him how to do it. And I didn't know, like I wasn't familiar with these tax strategies. I hired a CPA, I gave him my information, and and I just believed that he knew what he was doing. When I found out that there's a better way and I hired the right company, for the last few years, I've saved tens of thousands of dollars in taxes because I was exposed to the right person that showed me where to go to get this help. Like, where do you go? Like, you can't just go on YouTube or go on Google and find the best CPA out there. It doesn't work that way. You have to know, you have to get through people. You have to find out through people, right? So that's another benefit I had from a mastermind. So, Lachelle, you wanna say a few words, and then I'll tell them about what we're doing specifically.
Yeah. I think, again, for me, it's the networking, right? It is being connected to people that a lot of times you don't even know that you need until that need comes up. And, you know, people coming together, sharing their insights, and then seeing that they are more than just one person because they have a network of people that they're attached to. So just for example, if I am attaching myself to another business owner who may have children, well, I have kids that can be babysitters, right? I'm just using
Yes.
that as an example.
Yes.
So, you get more than just being access to that person, but you get access to their network. And that is really priceless.
Yes.
There's no limit to what that can be because one person can know 1,000 people, right? If you look at like your social media following, for example, if you have 1,000 followers on Facebook, you've got 1,000 on LinkedIn, 1,000 on Instagram. It's likely that sometimes those are different people. So one person can, I'm just being modest, can help you with being in front of 3,000 people.
Yes.
And so when you're with a mastermind and you're able to strategize on the most efficient and productive way to show up, you're able to show up in a way that gives you that ability to be in front of your audience on a consistent basis, which will help you and people that are within your mastermind to
Yes.
be able to have that presence in front of that audience as well. And, again, that's just being modest, with the exposure. That's not even counting the people that we know in our everyday life that we interact with, whether it's at church or school with your kids or certain things in the community. The list can go on and on. But I think the power of the ability to have access to others' networks is the thing that can really be beneficial.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, networks are huge, right? Our net worth is our network, right? I remember meeting with a lady who sells insurance. So one of the things I do, I run promote your business meetup groups where entrepreneurs come together and talk about their businesses, promote their businesses. So one of the ladies met with me and she sells insurance, life insurance. So she's talking to me about everything she does, and I tell her that I actually have life insurance. I actually have two policies. So obviously I wasn't going to get another policy. But I thought about her because she's in the mastermind. So I figured, if I ever if I ever know someone that needs it, I'll let her know. So I'm in another group. I'm in a group of gentlemen where, from high school, all of us are from the same high school. And the president of the group came to me and said, Eric, I know you know a lot of entrepreneurs, and we're looking for an insurance professional who can provide group insurance, right, to a whole group of men that are over 50, right? So I said, okay. I said, I don't know if the person I know does group insurance, but I can ask. So I went to ask her, and she said, yeah. She said, I do group insurance. So we called her over. She did a presentation to the group, and 36 people signed up within a 3-day period. 36 people signed up. And she came to me, she was in tears. She said, Eric, I have never, ever in 12 years of selling insurance signed up 36 people in 3 days before. And the reason I called upon her is because I know her. I know her and I trust her because she's into my mastermind, right? I wouldn't just call a random person, right? It's because I see her on a regular basis. She's into my mastermind. I want to give value to the people in my mastermind. And she was able now think about this. I didn't get paid for that. Like, I didn't ask for money, right? But I did it because I'm in the same mastermind as her, and I want to give her value because I get value from the mastermind as well. So it's just a win-win situation. And like Lachelle said, she benefited from my network. She benefited from my network, and it's a beautiful thing. And it's funny that most people actually never ever experience something like that in their lifetime because they've never been in a mastermind. So they just ask a person or somebody for the advice. They never are able to get the value of an entire group of qualified individuals. So let me just share really what we're doing right here. So Lachelle and I have created a mastermind, and which will start actually beginning of September. We're taking applications right now. So the process is you fill out a one-page application because we want to know, what you do, what your expertise is, and what you're looking for. You fill out the application, we review it, and if we choose, and if we decide that you'd be a good fit, we call you for an interview, and then we tell you the details of the mastermind. Okay, the details, and then we tell you what the investment is, and then we go from there. If we both think that it's a good fit for both parties, you join our mastermind and you are part of this elite group of entrepreneurs that are working together to help each other build a big business. And I'll tell you that we've received some applications in the last week or so. I mean, it will blow you away the kind of caliber of people that are going to be in this group. Okay. And it's a limited group, right? So once we get enough people, we have to shut it off because, again, a mastermind has to be limited. It can't be open to 30, 40 people because then you can't really help everybody. Everybody has to have a chance to participate. So that's what we're doing. I'll put it in the chat here. I'll put it on LinkedIn and YouTube also, so you guys can have an opportunity to sign up for it or to apply. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat because we'll be glad to answer them. Lachelle, is there anything you want to say concerning that?
Well, one thing that I would add is, the investment piece. I think sometimes people think, why would I pay for a mastermind because I have a group of friends or, I have family members that can help me, continue to grow. And for me, it's all about making that intention to invest in yourself. When you are paying, you pay attention, and it's something that you prioritize for. Life happens all the time. And I mean, I know here I am in the car. Didn't plan to be in the car. thought I would be somewhere, where I could sit down, be comfortable, and I'm in the car, not knowing where I'm going to park and all this other stuff. My daughter did get to class one time, so that's something to be grateful for. But life happens. But when you are committed and invested in something, you're going to show up, and you're going to show up with an invested interest in the people that you are in this mastermind with. And so I think that's important to bring to the table, because, people just don't do something for nothing, right?
Yes.
Everybody has something that they are getting out of the mastermind. And I think that's important to highlight. You just don't get anything for free. So I'm a Christian, and God says you reap what you sow. Everything will produce after its own kind. So if I don't invest anything, I'm not getting anything,
Yeah.
right? Whatever I choose to invest, I'm going to reap 100-fold a lot of times.
Mhm.
But whether it's 100-fold regular uh, production or whatever, it's going to be fruitful if I'm investing in something. If I'm not investing in anything, I can't be upset if I don't reap anything. So,
Yeah.
um, it, like, again, it may not be for everybody. There may be certain places in your life where you're just not ready for it. But I just wanted to address that's the difference. If you're making this conscious choice with intention to show up for yourself and level up, you have people that are putting their investment on the line as well, and they're definitely going to show up and support you. So I just wanted to add that.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to speak to that because here's the deal. I was one of those people. I was one of those people that felt that why can't I just get it for free? What, like, isn't there a shortcut? Isn't there a way where I can just get it for free where I don't have to pay? Like, why do I have to come out of pocket? Right. Until I realized that in order to have massive success in life, you have to come out of pocket. You have to pay. You don't pay attention if you don't pay. If we were to invite you to a mastermind that was free, we would be doing you a disfavor. Why would we be doing you a disfavor? The day when you're supposed to get on the mastercard, the mastermind, you're thinking, you know what? I can watch TV instead. I didn't lose anything. I didn't pay for it. So you don't get value. The people in there, they're thinking, do I really need to give value? Not really. I didn't pay for it, right? So we are not helping you. We actually are not helping you. The caliber of people you want to associate with, they prefer to pay. The caliber of people you are associating with, they want to pay to be in a group of people that paid because their time is valuable, right? Their time is valuable. That's why they're so successful, right? That's why they're so successful, right? You never want to be the smartest person in the room, right? You want to be in a room with people smarter than you, right? So I do sales training, I do training, I help people with marketing, I help people with video marketing, all of that. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Florida at a mastermind. And there I met people like Russell Brunson, the CEO and founder of ClickFunnels, right? Myron Golden, a guy that helps people make millions in business, right? So I had all these people around me that were better than me. Now I had to pay a lot of money to be there, but it was well worth it because now I took my game to a whole new level, right? A whole new level because I invested, right? So I'll tell you a real quick story. I took a course to learn how to do webinars. All right. There was this guy and his wife, they're really good at it and they've helped a lot of people. And the guy, it was a really a high level course. I don't know, like 10, at least 5 figures. And so I'm there and they go over everything and they show you how to do it. And then they said, okay, so today I want you guys to put your slides together. I'll review your slides and then you can do your webinar. So the two people that went before me, he was going through the slides and he would say something like, yeah, the topic is not that good. You need to change the topic. You need to take out slide 1, take out slide 4. And he was just picking it apart. So I'm thinking that my slides are excellent. I'm thinking that, oh my goodness, when he sees mine, He's going to say Eric is the poster child. Everybody needs to just follow his lead. And I thought I had an absolute masterpiece. And he got to mine and he saw my topic. He said, that will never attract people. He said, take that out. He got to the second, third, and fourth slides. He said, yeah, he said, take out one. He said 3, 4, 5. I spent like hours on this. So long story short, he picked it all apart. In my head, I'm thinking, who does he think he is? I have experience. I'm educated. I have 2 degrees, right? Why would he do that to me, right? But then I humbled myself and I said, wait a minute. He's the guy that makes millions a year. I don't make $1 million a year. Maybe I need to listen to him. That's why I paid him. I paid him for his coaching. I did everything he told me to do, created that webinar, and it was like magic. When I said those things, people were just signing up based on his advice. And had I not taken his class, I would think I'm good enough and I know enough, but I would just have a horrible webinar that did not convert, right? But because I decided to put some skin in the game, pay some money, and by the way, our mastermind is nothing like that. It's not priced like that at all. It's very affordable. Right? If I didn't put my money in, I would have not listened to him. I would have not taken his advice and counsel. I may not even showed up for the conference calls if I didn't pay, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's the bottom line. You won't show up. You won't, if you don't pay, you don't do it. You don't take it seriously. So Lachelle said it perfectly. It's not for everybody. That is why we do not sell people on joining a mastermind. You see, a mastermind, you have to apply to join, right? We could just talk about it, put up a website and go sign up, but we don't want everybody. We don't want everybody. We can interview you and you can have all the money in the world. You can have like, hey, I have 100,000 to join right now. But if we don't think that you will benefit the people in there, or maybe you'll be too negative or whatever it is, we won't let you in, because it's sacred to us. We have to have the right people that are going places. We're a team. We consider ourselves a team from all walks of life, different businesses, but we're a team. So that's why it's important to number one, to invest. You have to invest, or else it's not even real if you don't invest in a mastermind. If you think about it, it's not even real. You got to invest if you want to be part of people that are moving forward. Absolutely. So go ahead. I can tell that you have something to say, Lachelle. You're shaking your head. Oh, I think he froze. Okay, I think she froze there. I hope I didn't freeze. But anyway, okay, let me just keep on talking. So yeah, thanks everybody. Does anybody have any questions? Please put it in the chat if you have questions while we're waiting for Michelle to come back. Appreciate all of you. Let's see. There's something else I can share. Another thing that I want to share about a mastermind is that we will have guest speakers come on from time to time. So in my past, I've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs, thousands in the last, 15 years. And I've met a lot of people. I've done a lot of interviews. I've met a lot of people. So I'm going to bring in speakers from all walks of life, right? We lost Lachelle for now. Well, she'll be back. I know people from years of just being in business. So I'm going to invite people in the financial world. I'm going to invite people in marketing and sales to talk to us, right? I'm going to invite people that are authors, best-selling authors. I'm going to invite people that are international public speakers, professional speakers, right? So I'm going to invite different people. Lachelle, she's actually a TV producer, so she knows a lot of people too. In fact, she interviewed a guy named Eisner. He's the CEO and founder of BNI. BNI is the largest organization in the world for business networking in the world. Okay, and she interviewed him at least once. So those are the kind of people that we can bring in. I did a presentation with this guy named from Shark Tank. Now I can't remember his name. It'll come to me. But anyway, we did a presentation together, and I was telling him that I run masterminds. If he wouldn't mind coming on my mastermind one day, and he said, sure, right? So you will have access to all kinds of people that can Damon John. There you go, Damon John. You will have access to all kinds of people that have success in their relative fields, whatever field they're in. All right. So if you have any questions, please put it in the chat. It's about 10 o'clock, so we're gonna end soon. But please put it in the chat if you have any questions. And like I said, if you want to apply for our mastermind, it's right there. The application is there. Or you can just reach out to myself or Lachelle. Just send us a message. LinkedIn is the best place, I think. Eric F. King. Just say, message me, say you want to learn more about the mastermind, you want to fill out an application, and I'll be glad to help you. All right, so let me just round it up. I don't know if she'll be joining us again, and then we will close out. So one thing also that I want to talk about is this. Most people in life do not achieve up to 30% of their potential in their whole life. Graveyards are full of potential. They're full of potential. Why is it that most people do not achieve up to 30% of their full potential? Well, this is it. Either they don't know what to do, or they're not doing enough of it. Right? They don't know what to do, and not do enough of it. And they don't know what to do is what applies to most people. So I told you the story about my book. So this book right here. So I wrote this book. So I just want you to see it's real. The Home Business Boom, right? It's on Amazon. It became a best-selling book. I didn't know how to write a book before I met this lady in a mastermind, right? I was taking a course to learn how to do video marketing, right? Do videos like this on that I put on my YouTube channel. And in the class, I met somebody who creates courses, okay, and coaching programs. And he was going over my sales program, and he says, "You got a great sales program. Do you have a course or a coaching program?" I said, "Not really. Like, people pay me, and then I just teach them." He said, "No, you have to have a course." I said, "But I don't know how to do that." And then he said, "Well, I can show you." So he showed me how to create a course. So I created a course and became very successful, helping a lot of people, getting a lot of transformation, right? And then from there, I learned how to create a coaching program where I can package what I know to help people and make money at the same time, right? Now, all those things are things I already had the capacity to do. Write a book, create a course, create a coaching program, right? But, oh, she's back. She's back.
The joys of having your phone on the dashboard.
Okay,
The
okay.
phone, the temperature got too hot.
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem.
Mm,
Well, we're glad you're back. We're glad you're back. I kept them entertained. I kept them entertained.
awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have to go somewhere, so I'll just let you speak. If you want to say anything before we close out, and then I'll continue what I was saying.
Yeah, I think again, really having the power of intention is important. When you have your goals, uh, life happens. And so set yourself up for success and create a team that you can remember that you don't have to do it alone.
Yes.
It takes people having others in place, because you are going to have those days when your phone overheats.
Yes. Yeah.
If I was doing this alone, the whole broadcast would have been out, right?
Yeah.
But because you have a team, right, you collaborate with others, nothing can stop that momentum, right? It might be a slight change, but everything still stays in motion. And so
Yes.
I think that's really important to remember. Set yourself up for success. Surround yourself with a team, with a network beyond just yourself. And so you can always continue to move forward. And for me, I call it having a strategy for those days when you need it, right? Uh,
Yes.
we can have a spare a spare tire in case we have a flat. We have a first aid kit, for accidents. But do we really have those type of systems in place for our business and for our goals? Usually we don't, right?
Exactly.
We just go from one emergency to the other, putting out this fire. But when you set yourself up for success, it requires you to realize you can't do it alone. And so get your team in place before you need it.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that. I love that. I was on a call this morning, and I wasn't the only presenter. So
Mhm.
if I had to drop off, it would keep going. The message will still will reach the masses, right? There's nothing like it. People spend an eternity, their whole life trying to go it alone. And it's hard, especially as an entrepreneur. Oh my goodness, you want to do it by yourself? It's hard.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't want to cut you off. Is that's all you want to share
That
on that?
that's
Okay,
it.
okay. So I'll wrap it up with what I was saying earlier. I was saying that I read a book which said that most people do not achieve 30% of their full potential in life. That the most potential in the world are in graveyards, and that hit me, right? Because and they said there are two reasons. One is either they don't know what to do or they don't do it enough. They don't know what to do or they don't do it enough. Think about this. Through masterminds and knowing the right people, I learned how to write a book. I learned how to create a course. I learned how to create a coaching program. And because of that, I'm able to help so many people achieve their goals in life. And I'm able to make money at the same time so I can live my dream lifestyle. So think about that. I wouldn't have achieved those things even though I had it in me. I had it in me, obviously, right? But if I didn't meet the right people, it doesn't matter. I'd be stuck at a job that I don't like, right?
Yeah.
Even though I have it in me, right? So we had some of us have a song in us. Some of us have a book in us. Some of us have a podcast in us. And, like you, some of us are potential TV producers like you, right? But they would never know if they're not around the right people, especially if they're in an environment where the environment is keeping them down and said, "This is your job. This is your job." When I say it to people, what do you do? They always tell me their job. What is your goal? They tell me their job goal, their goal for their job, right? What is your goal? What do you want to become for yourself? People are tied to what other people have told them to do, right? So a lot of time you don't fulfill your true potential unless you're around people that are fulfilling their true potential, and you see that it's possible. It's possible. So yeah, so that's what I want to share with you guys today. I appreciate your time. Again, I'll put the information in the chat here. If for some reason if you don't see it, just reach out to us, either myself or Michelle. Fill it out. It is filling out fast, so you want to do it. If you decide you want to do it right away. Okay, because people say, well, when's the cutoff? The cutoff is when it's full, right? It's cutoff is when it's full. If it's full tonight, it's full tonight, right? So the cutoff is when it's full. And I look forward to working with you guys in our masterminds. We are excited. We have a lot of great things to share with you to help you grow your business. You can have one question and have 10 people answer that question, and it changes everything for you. So with that, I think we're going to close out. Michelle, any final comments before we end the call for today?
Nope. I just say, get started.
All right, get
Don't
started. Absolutely.
start it. Yes.
Let's end with that. Get started. All right. Thank you so much, Michelle, for your time. Thank you, everybody, for being on, and have a great week. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.